Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Learn to Code, and today's topic is final keyword. So if you are a Java programmer or someone who's new to Java, who wants to learn the basics of Java or wants to know something about the concept, then this is the channel for you. So let's get to the topic, which is the final keyword. So I hope you have some background about the final keyword. Even if you don't, I have an introduction for you here. So what is final? Final is a keyword in Java. You might ask, what is a keyword? So keywords or reserved words are those words in a language that are used to perform some internal process or represent some predefined actions. Meaning, these keywords cannot be used for anything else but the usage which has been defined in the respective programming language. So a keyword or a reserved word in any programming language has a predefined purpose, and if you try to use that particular keyword for any purpose other than what is predefined in the language, you might get an error. You will get an error. So let's see, where do we use final keyword in Java? So we can use final keyword in Java in mainly three contexts, that is final keyword with a class, final keyword with a method, and final keyword with a variable. So let's look into the first context, which is final keyword with a class. So final keyword when used with a class does not allow the class to be inherited. It means that if a class P is declared as final, no other class can extend it. So as you can see, I have a parent class which has been declared as final, and that parent class has a particular method display which displays this is the parent class message on the console, and there is another class which is child, and this child class tries to extend the parent class. And then by the concept of inheritance, if any class extends any other class, then the class which is being extended, all the data members and member functions of that class are available to the class which is extending it. So by the same concept, while extending the parent class through the child class, I am trying to access the display method which has been defined in the parent class. So let's see if it works or not. I am going to be using Eclipse IDE for this. So let's get on to it. So this is the Eclipse IDE. I'll make a separate video on how to navigate across the Eclipse IDE and how to set up your project. So once that is done, I'll put it on the channel. So I'll create a new Java project, and I'll name the project as Learn to Code. Now once I have created a new project, it will be visible to me in the Project Explorer, and now I am going to create a new package within this project. I am going to name this package Demo Final. Oh, does it already exist? Let's see. Oh, it already exists. No issues. So I am going to add a new class to this package. I'll name that class as child, and this class by default it will be public, and I want the public static method within this class. So once I run finish, this class will be here visible to me, and the code structure will also be visible. So now, since this is the child class, what I'll do is I'll create another class which is parent, and then I'll declare this class as final, and within this class I'll define a method public void display, and I'll give the implementation system dot out dot println, which is our method to print something on the console. This is the parent class. Now this is the parent class, which is final. So through this child class I'll try to extend the parent class. So I'll write extends parent. So as soon as I write extends parent, you are able to see that I have this parent class name marked under red by the IDE. So let's hover upon it. So it says the child type cannot subclass the final class parent. It means that the final class parent cannot be extended by any other class because it is final. And what is the solution for it? The solution is remove the final modifier. So if I remove the final modifier, you'll see that the error is gone, and now I can do whatever I want with this particular parent class. So let's see. I'll create the object of the child class. Child C is equal to new child, and through C I'll try to access the display function of the parent class. So as you see, as soon as I type C dot, I get some suggestions, auto suggest, which has a display method name, which is of the parent because it is available to the child class. So I'll select that, and now I'll run this program. So as per the logic of this code, as soon as I run this program, the child class will be able to access the method of the parent class, and the message "this is the parent class" should be displayed on the console. Let's see what happens. So this is the parent class. Okay, so here as you can see, the child class is successfully able to extend the parent class because it is not final. But as soon as I again put the final keyword, I get that message, and if I try to run, the display method is undefined for the type child. It means that the final class is not being extended by the child class because it is the parent class cannot be extended by the child class because it is final. And once I try to access the display method, so the compiler is trying to execute the display method, and which is defined in the child class, but there is no display method defined in the child class. So compiler will search for the display method in the child class, as it has got the command that it has to execute a display method within the child class, but there is no display method within the child class, so the method display is undefined for the type child. It says that there is no definition of the display method. How can I execute it? So this way, this is one example which proves that a final class cannot be extended by the child class by any other class because we are using the final keyword. Okay, now let's move on to our slide. After we have removed the final keyword, the code will look like something like this. So class parent, public class extends child. So now, since the class is not final, the child class can extend it and can easily access the display method as I showed you in the code while I ran the code. So the output is this is the parent class. Okay. So what we have learned is a final class cannot be inherited or extended, but can a final class inherit a normal class? What does this mean? So guys, I want you to know that up till now what we have learned in Java and what we have read anywhere else on the internet, or what your teachers or your seniors or anybody might have told you about the usage of final keyword with a parent classes with a class is once you use a final keyword with a class, so that class cannot be extended. But what if you are using the final keyword with a class and that class is trying to inherit some other class? So can a final class inherit some other class? It cannot be inherited, but can it inherit some other class? So here we have a class parent and the public void display, again the display method which has been defined with the parent class, and we have a child class which is final, which tries to extend or inherit the parent class. So in this case, in the earlier code, the parent class was final. Now I have made the child class as final, and this is the class, remember this is the class which is trying to inherit the parent class, and it is trying to, once it is able to inherit it, it will try and access the display method which has been defined in the parent class. So again, let's move to the IDE and see whether this will work or not. So now what do I need to do here is, I'll remove the final keyword from the class parent and I'll put it here, I'll put it here with the child class. So now my child class is final, which is trying to extend the parent class. So let's see whether this code works or not. So according to me, if the code will work, then again the message which has been defined in the display method of the parent class, that this is the parent class, should be displayed on the console. Let's see. So this is the parent class has been displayed on the console. What it means is, if a parent class is final, it cannot be inherited, but if a child class is final, it can inherit a parent class and can very well access the methods of that class, right? So this is something new which nobody else might have told you, but as you have come to my channel, so I wanted to give you something extra, and here I am with this tip to you. And if you don't want a class which is extending another class to be extended by any other class, means if you don't want this child class to be extended or to be inherited, you can just consider it, you can just use the final keyword and make it non-inheritable. But the class which is being inherited by this class doesn't have any effect. So it will work as a normal class, but now this child class cannot be extended by any other class. Okay. So let's move on to our slide again. So here public final class child extends parent. So public now the child which is final is trying to extend the parent class which is not final. So what will be the output? So this is the parent class. This will be the output because the final class can easily extend a class which is not final. Let's move on to the next slide. Now final with a method. So one context that we have covered is final with a class. Now we move on to the another context in Java which says final can be used with a method. So the final keyword when used with a method, it does not allow a method to be overridden, which means that if a parent class has a final method and a child class extends that parent class, so that method is available to the child class. But if the child class has a method with the same name and it tries to access the display method, so according to the concept of inheritance, the display method of the child class will have priority over the display method of the parent class. But once this has been done, once you execute, so which is this concept is called overriding, method overriding. So the child class will have a priority, the display method of the child class will have priority over the display method of the parent class, and the output which will come is, this is the child class. So let's move on to the IDE to understand it better. So now I have a parent class. In the same code I'm going to make some changes. I have made my method as final, and I'm going to copy it from here and I'm going to paste it here. So as soon as I paste it, first of all I'll remove the final keyword and we'll see how does it work normally. So I have changed the method class parent. So this is the parent class which has a void display method which prints this is the parent class. Now there is a child class which extends this parent class, and it has a display method of its own which displays this this is the child class. And here through the object of the child class the display method is being accessed. Now both these display methods are available to the child class and both these can be accessed, but the question is, once we try to access the display method through the object, what message will be printed on the console, which display method will be accessed? So let's run and see what happens. Let me tell you that according to the concept of inheritance, if we run this code, then this is the child, this message will be printed on the console because the child method always overrides the parent method. So let's see if it works or not. Run as Java application. So we got the message, this is the child class. Because we have created the object of the child class, though the display method of the parent class is also available, but priority is given to the display method of the child class. Now this display method has been overridden by the display method of the child class. Now let's use the final keyword. So as soon as I append the final keyword before the keyword public, so you are able to see that in the child class next to the method name, I'm getting a error which says remove final modifier of parent.display. So what it wants me to do is, if you want to override this display method, then you'll have to remove the final keyword, as I did in the earlier execution. So I removed it and I was able to print the message, this is the child class. Okay, so this proves that if a keyword has been if a method has been declared as final, it cannot be overridden. Now let's move on to the slide. So now again the main question here is, if the method of a parent class has been declared as final, it cannot be overridden, which we have seen. But now if the method of the child class has been declared as final and then we are trying to access that final method, so will it still override the method of the parent class or not? That we need to see. So here, as you can see, I have declared a class parent which is being extended or inherited by a child class which is final, and the child class itself has a display method of its own which is again final. So once we run this code, the question is what will be the output. So let's move on to the IDE. So here I'll remove the final keyword from here and I'll put it before the method of the child class. So as you can see, there are no errors. So I hope this will work. Let's see. So this is the child class. It means that if we are using the final keyword with the child class, it doesn't matter, it will act as a normal method of the child class and it will go on and override the method of the parent class. Now here we will try by using the final keyword. Now what the scenario is, we have a parent class which is having a display method it is extended by a final child class which has its own final method with the same name as that of the parent class. So once we try and execute, we'll see what the output is. So this is the child class, which means that again the display method of the child class has overridden the display method of the parent class. Okay, which means that the final keyword works as defined only with the parent class, but it does not work as defined with the child class. If we are using the final keyword with the child class, then it does not have any effect. The final child can easily inherit a parent, can easily access its data members and member functions if they are not final. Remember, if we put the final keyword anywhere within the final class, like before the class name, before the keyword class, or before the keyword public with the method, then this method cannot be overridden and this class cannot be inherited. But within the child class, if you are using the final keyword, and within the method of the child class, if you are using the final keyword, it will work normally. Okay, now let's move on to our slide. So what will be the output? This is the child class. This will be the output because the final child can easily access the method, can easily override the method of the parent class, though the child class has a final method. It doesn't matter. Let's move on to the next slide. So this is again class parent, public void display. So the earlier code had final keyword with the child class. Now this code doesn't have the final keyword with the child class. It only has the final keyword with the child method, child class method. So again the output will be, this is the child class. Now we move on to the next context, which is context number 3. We have covered final keyword with the class and final keyword with the method. Now we move on to the next context, which is final keyword with the variable. So there are two types of variables. We are going to talk about only two types of variables, that is static and instance variables. Class level variables we are not going to talk about. So let's understand what effect does the final keyword has on a variable. So the final keyword, when used with a static variable, does not allow the value of the variable to be changed after it has been initialized. Also, when using the final keyword a variable with a variable, then the variable must be initialized where it is being declared. So I have a demo final class and I have a static method, and within the main method of that class I am trying to assign values to the final variable, which is x, and a normal static variable which is y, and I am trying to print the values of these variables. So again, let's move on to the IDE and see what can be achieved out of this program. So for this I'll have to create a new Java class. So I'll name this class as variable demo, var demo, and I'll create a class. So in this class I'll declare a static variable, final static variable, and a normal static variable. And within the main method of the class, which is also static, I'll try to assign these two variables values. So for initializing these two variables, I'll write x is equal to 10 y is equal to 20, and then I'll print these two values. Value of x is plus x. Because it is a static variable and it is being used inside the static method, so we can directly access this variable by the variable name. Again, for y, we will try and print its value also. So I am getting an error message over here which says the blank field x may not have been initialized. Okay, and here which says that y, if it is final, why it is not being initialized. As shown in the presentation in the slide, I also spoke about if you are declaring a final variable anywhere, then it should be initialized at that very moment itself, which means that it should be initialized here, but we are trying to initialize a final variable over here. Y is also a static variable, but it does not show any errors. So let's try and run. So you see the final field var demo x cannot be assigned, which means that this particular variable cannot be assigned any value because it has been declared as final. Now in order to remove this message error over here, we will assign this x a value. So you see now we have initialized the final static variable x where it was declared, and now we have this warning over here which says that remove final modifier, which means that we are trying to assign a value to a variable x which has already some value and it has been declared as final. Means that we are trying to assign a final variable a value which by the Java convention cannot be done. Okay, so if again I try to run this, the final field var demo x cannot be assigned. Okay, so now if we want to print the value of x, we'll comment this line and we'll try to run it again. So you see we have got the output, value of x is 5, value of y is 20. Value of x which is being assigned here to the final variable is 5, and the value which has been assigned here to y which is not a final variable is 20, which has been printed on the console. So this proves that once you have declared a variable as final, it cannot be given any other value. The value of that variable cannot be changed. So let's move on to our slide now. So as you can see, final variable must be initialized where it is being declared. So I did the initialization over here. Again I am trying to assign it the same value. Now here it doesn't matter what value you are trying to assign to a final variable. Even if it is the same value, you will still get an error. Let's check it on the IDE. So the value of x over here is 5, and though it is a final variable, I am trying to assign it the same value because I am not changing any value. So some people might say, let's not change the value, let's let the value be same and let's see what happens. So again we get the error, the final field var demo x cannot be assigned, which means that once you have assigned a value to a final variable, even if you are trying to assign the same value again, it won't accept and it will give you a compile time error. Okay, now if we have commented this line and we try to execute the program again, so we get the output, value of x is 5, value of y is 20. So this proves that even if you are trying to assign the same value to a final variable, you won't be able to do it. By convention, it is not, it won't work in Java. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Now we will be talking about the final variable with final keyword with instance variable. So the final keyword, when used with an instance variable, does not allow the value of the variable to be changed after it has been initialized. Also, when using the final keyword with the variable, then the variable must be initialized where it is being declared. So the usage of final keyword with a static variable or instance variable is more or less the same. The only difference is the way we are trying to access the variable. So as you saw with the static variable, we can, within the main method, because the main method is static, we can directly access that variable with the variable name. But now here we have x and y as two instance variables. So the instance variables cannot be accessed from a static method because our main method is a static method. So we need to create the object of the class, and then which is the instance, and then we'll have to use that object to access both the variables x and y. Okay, so let's move on to the IDE to see how this works. So I'll remove the, within the same code, I'll remove the static keywords. So now this becomes an instance variable. So both the variables x and y have now become instance variable. I'll create a object of the class, and now using this object, see, as soon as I type d.x, I get a suggestion that should be x and this should be y. Let's intend it. Let's change the values, 40 and here 70. Now here also, if we are trying to print the value, then we'll have to use the object to access the variables. So d.x and d.y. So now our code is perfect. Still you see we are getting one message here which is asking us to remove the final modifier. But anyways, let's run the code and see what happens. So again, the final field where demo x cannot be assigned, which means that once you have declared a variable final and assigned it some value, it cannot be changed. Okay, this is the instance variables we are talking about, so it cannot be changed. Now how to resolve this error? We are going to comment this line and again run. So now we have got the output which says value of x is 5 and value of y is 70. So you see, this proves that even if the variable is an instance variable, once the final keyword has been used with the variable, it cannot be assigned any other value. Now let us run the litmus test of assigning the same value to the variable. X is equal to 5. And let's run this code and see what happens. So again we are going to get the error, the final field where demo x cannot be assigned. So it doesn't matter even if for an instance variable you are trying to assign the same value, it won't accept because the value has already been because the variable has already been initialized with a certain value, and it does not matter if you are again trying to assign the same value to that variable, still it will always give you an error, which proves that the final keyword when used with an instance variable, the value of that variable cannot be changed once a value has been assigned. And always remember guys, wherever you are declaring the final variable, be it a static variable or be it an instance variable, you need to initialize that variable within that line. The initialization should be done where the declaration is being done. Okay, let's move on to our slide now. So here, as you see, we are using final int x. I mean, we have declared, oh, there is one sorry guys, so the assignment operator is missing over here. Let me just put it. Okay, now looks fine. So final int x is equal to 10, and again we are trying to assign a value to this variable. So again we'll get the same error that this particular variable cannot be assigned a value because it has been declared as final. So guys, this is how the final keyword works with the class, with the method, and with the variable. And the most important thing is that once the final keyword is being used with a child class or a method of the child class, it will have no effect on the functionality of the child class. It will work as a normal class or a normal method. It will override the method of the parent class, and a final child class can easily inherit a parent class. The final keyword always works only with the parent class. It restricts that class from being inherited, but it does not work with the child class. So even if a class is declared as final, you can easily inherit some other class using that class. So hope you guys have liked the video, and please do follow and subscribe the channel for similar updates, tools, tips and tricks for Java.